time's knocking upon your front door.
Hello, everyone. You know what makes my life richer is live theater. And so anytime I can talk about live theater, even though I was a theater major and was really bad at it, but I like to see other people be really good at it. So today we've got Julia Sorenson. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I have no complaints because you're here. Julia's from the Flowertown Players Community Theatre in Summerville, South Carolina. And y'all, she was supposed to be on last week, but we had some technical difficulties. It was opening weekend of their show. And I was so excited because I love opening nights of shows. And I love that, like, the excitement and maybe something might, like, screw up because everybody's a little nervous. Like those little,
It's live theater.
Yes, but you're directing. This is kind of your full solo directing debut, correct?
Yes. Yep. This is my first one that's all me. I've co-directed before, but yeah, this was my first time. So it was scary, but really exciting. And I'm really happy with how everything turned out. Yeah.
And it opened and people were there. So that's really
people were there,
right?
We reopened tonight.
Yes, tonight, everyone. Tonight. Tell everybody about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. Tell everybody about the show.
So yeah, the show is called Eurydice by Sarah Ruhl. So it's kind of a retelling of the Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. It's the same myth that's in like Hadestown or in Chaos if you're watching it on Netflix right now. So basically Orpheus and Eurydice just get married. She dies on their wedding night. Very unfortunate. And he is a musician and he decides to go get her back from the underworld. And he plays his music and he's led into the underworld and is able to take her back. But with one caveat that he has to lead her out and can't turn around to look at her. If he turns around to look at her, she's doomed back and she dies a second death and nothing he could do about it. So of course, as the myth goes, he looks back and she's doomed back. So Eurydice, this telling of the story kind of takes a different twist where it follows Eurydice instead of Orpheus a little more. So Eurydice, after she dies, she goes to the underworld and she's actually reunited with her father who's recently passed. And throughout the story, she kind of reconnects with him. One of the big themes in the show is grief and just the inability to move on from grieving a loved one. And so, yeah, it's basically following the story of her rebuilding her relationship with her father, all while Orpheus is trying to figure out a way to come get her back from the underworld.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful, but it's a Greek tragedy. So
yeah. Yes. So you kind of know what's Yeah. How has it been to direct this? How long were rehearsals? This is what it makes me so sad when community theaters open shows and they're so short time, like the run is so short because I'm like, y'all work so hard. You should be up for 4 years.
Right. I know it's not like a professional production where you're doing 8 shows a week. And yeah, so we actually started rehearsals, I want to say beginning of June.
Wow.
Yep. And so then, we closed this week. We closed on Sunday. Rehearsals have been a good time. I mean, the show is very kind of open to interpretation. So it's a little more conceptual, which is something I enjoyed. And I have a whole cast that is phenomenal and they were completely on board with it. A bunch of people who really, really love this show, which is nice. And so rehearsals, I feel like have just been, I don't know if I want to say a joy because it's sad subject matter, but working with this group of people and bringing the show to life has been wonderful and such a phenomenal experience.
How long have you been involved with the Flowertown Players?
So I've been involved for, how long? About 2.5 years. Okay. Yeah. I got back into theater with them and it was great. Yeah.
What do you love about theater? Because I know you have a long history of being in theater and being around theater.
I love just the community it creates. I've since getting back with the theater, because I took a very long break after college. I stopped doing it for like 7 years or so.
Oh, wow.
And I got back into it because I really missed it. And honestly, it was just instant friendships you make, instant connections, and just it's such a good creative outlet. And since I've started back with theater, I've really explored more because I was always just on stage. So now I've explored more of the behind the scenes, which I've now grown a love for as well. And it's cool. Like just with my friends, like we probably sound like complete theater geeks, but we just talk about theater and it's just fun. I think it's inspiring and I feel like I can learn a lot from all of my friends, which is I think a really cool thing.
Yeah, there's such a camaraderie in theater, and I feel like everybody loves to help everybody else out, which is why I think you end up directing and you end up doing all of these other things because you're so interested in really how an entire production gets put up because there's so much that goes behind it. What did you learn during this directing the show?
Patience. It sounds bad. It's just in general, this was a lot. I mean, it was a group effort because I have to coordinate a lot of people. So we have sound designer, light designer, set designer, costumer. And so learning to kind of how to piece everything together and keep the show moving at the same time was definitely a learning curve. I mean, I think we handled it well, but it was one of those things for me, my brain, I was like, okay, let's organize. How are we going to do this to work towards this common goal, keep us all on track, keep us moving. So that was probably the biggest learning experience for me, while also learning to direct individual actors because everyone takes direction differently. Yeah.
How big is the cast?
So it's 7.
Oh, it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Corral, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anything crazy, fun, exciting happen on opening night or opening weekend?
I cried. so that's fine.
Of course you did, as you should.
As I should. Nothing crazy, which I'm happy about. We all as fun as it is to throw something wild in there opening night. No, actually, the show I think went really smoothly. The audience had a great reaction from the audience. I was really excited, kept the energy up the whole way. There were tears from me especially.
Can we talk a little bit about the theater scene, the theater community in South Carolina? Can you talk a little bit about that of what's out there and why people should be going to the theater?
We're in Summerville, South Carolina right now, and so we're a kind of smaller town, and I think it's nice. Live theater is such a wonderful experience. It's very real. We were talking about earlier. It's just real. It's kind of fun, man. It sounds bad. It's fun. Like you could see real people up there playing these characters and embodying these characters. And so, I think everyone should experience that. Getting involved in theater, I think it's a great lesson for anyone of any age. Growing up, being in theater when I was in school, I feel like you can learn so many valuable life lessons about people skills, about moving on, about really anything. And so as far as like South Carolina goes, I can speak for like Summerville and Charleston. We have some amazing theaters in the area. Summerville, we're pretty much one of the primary ones in Summerville. Flowertown Players is. But as far as Charleston, there are multiple different really great theaters as well. North Charleston has some beautiful theaters that are doing some really incredible work too.
And do you all have because we were talking about so many moving parts, and so kind of whatever you are interested in as a person, it doesn't have to be on stage. It can be ushering, concession stand, tickets. There's so many opportunities to get involved in theater.
Yes, for sure. We have so many volunteer opportunities. We have all of our I'm a member of our board. And so we have multiple different committees there. So we have like special events, marketing. I'm involved with the play reading committee that chooses the shows for the seasons. But then as far as, we have ushering. You can run the light booth, the sound booth, you can design, you can costume design. So there's so much. Everyone, I think when they think to get involved with the theater, they think they're just going to be on stage. Yeah. And that's not everyone's cup of tea, nor should it.
It's only 7 people up there,
Exactly. But there's, double that as far as actual production. So I have a stage manager, mean, we have backstage hands. We laugh, we call them child wranglers. And whenever we have like a show with a bunch of children, someone there specifically just to be kind of a chaperone for the children. We have educators. We have a pretty big network of volunteers that are needed beyond just physically being on stage. So we always say, the best first step forward. I mean, I think ushering is a good, because you also get to see the shows for free, which is kind of cool. And all you have to do is show people to their seats and give them a program and just be there to answer questions.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a good kind of first foot in the door. That's
a great way. I used to do that, ushering at shows as a broke college student. That's how I would get into the shows, because then you get, it's a win-win. What about the rest of the season at Flowertown Players?
We got a great season coming up, and actually we have On the Fence season subscriptions for sale for our 4 remaining main stage shows. So we have Arsenic and Old Lace. Then we're doing a show called The Nerd, which is a comedy. It's very funny, by Larry Shue. Then we're doing Into the Woods and Noises Off. Wow. So we got a great season coming up. That On the Fence season subscription includes all 4 of them. It's like $90. You can bring a friend to one of them. It's a pretty good deal.
That's great.
Yeah, a bunch of great shows. Arsenic goes up in October.
Okay.
We have a lot of
cast members. Some cast members back on the show to talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
What about you? Are you going to jump back in the director's seat anytime soon? Are you going to go back on stage? What's next for you?
So next for me, my plan is audition for Into the Woods. I'm really excited. I love that show. I'm a big musical gal. As far as directing, I don't know. Hopefully something next season. We pretty much, all the rest of the shows this season are spoken for. But next season, who knows? Might throw my hat in the ring for a show. I think it'd be fun. I've really enjoyed this experience.
Good. Tell everybody how they can get tickets for this weekend, and like when are we doing? How many more shows do we have left that people can see?
So we have 4 more shows. We have tonight through Saturday at 7 p.m. and then Sunday at 3 p.m. Tickets can be bought at www.flowertownplayers.org right there. If you go to our special events, you can buy tickets there. Yep. And we have military discounts, senior discounts, student discounts.
Tell them Richard sent you, and there's not a Richard discount at all, but maybe, I don't know, I'll buy your popcorn.
Exactly.
Give me the bill for popcorn. Julia Sorenson, thank you so much
for having me.
Yes, of course, anytime. We'll be right back after this, everybody. Thanks, Julia.
Thanks.
You know what would be better than watching this commercial? Watching your commercial. Join the party that is Make Your Day Richer TV by advertising your brand, business, or project during the show. Use us to promote what you're doing to make our viewers' day richer. 1 month of advertising starts at $200. Scan the QR code or visit makeyourdayricher.com/advertising to start promoting today.
Are you an independent creative looking to take your career to the next level? Whether you're an author, illustrator, or thinking about getting into this industry, it's time to step into the spotlight at the Inkpreneurs Summit 2024. This November 1st and 2nd in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, we're bringing together the best minds in the publishing industry for 2 days of unparalleled learning and intimate networking. From hands-on workshops with industry experts to interactive networking mixers, you'll get the tools, connections, and insights to turn your creativity into a thriving business. And that's not all. Our Fresh Ink Pavilion is the place for new and emerging authors to showcase and sell their books, right in front of passionate readers and industry pros who are ready to support your journey. Plus, meet our incredible lineup of speakers sharing your secrets to success in publishing and beyond. Space is limited and early bird registration is available until September 30th. Don't miss out. Secure your spot today and get ready to elevate your creative career. Visit inkpreneursummit.com to register. Let's give your creativity the success it deserves. See you in Winston-Salem.
I will be at the Inkpreneur Summit in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, giving some speeches. We're going to have a little talk show set, so you can come and you can be interviewed by me for your social media or whatever you'd like to market yourself on. It's going to be a really fun weekend, so make sure you come to that and get your tickets now, because early bird special and a discount. Come on. So we'll see you in November. And if you want to see me before November, come to the podcast festival on September 28th and 29th. It's live. Tickets are free. It's all day long, 2 days of just podcasting. And we have a show at 4:30 on Saturday with award-winning actor James Quinn, who's actually also going to be at the summit. So there's that. So come hang out with me again on a Saturday. An extra special, an extra show that week. All right, what else? Anything else I have to tell you? No, but thank you for 37,000 views and downloads of this show. It is an honor, a privilege. I love doing this every day, talking to amazing people like Julia. And so thank you to everybody who continues to watch and share, because that's how we get to keep doing this. It's also Throwback Thursday. It's Thursday already. So here's a Throwback Thursday of me, September 19th, 2011, me with very, very, very long hair and my little baby nephew who was born the year before. I made a mistake of saying, not a mistake. So I decided to grow my hair out to donate it to, like, you know, Locks of Love or whatever. But then I told people, so then I couldn't stop. So it took me 2 years to grow my hair out. And I had very curly hair when I grew it out. And it was like down to here. And I was working at Borders Books. Y'all remember Borders? And so my head would be down and I had all this hair. And so people would come up to me and they'd go, "Excuse me, ma'am," because they just assumed with this long curly hair. And I'd like come up with my beard and they'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And when I cut it off, as soon as I could, I told the woman, I was like, "Just shave it. I don't want hair anymore. Shave my head. I don't need this." And she did not want to do that. And I had to beg her for like 20 minutes to just get rid of all of my hair. And I've had short hair ever since. So it was a lot of work and I will never do it again, but I'm glad I did it that one time. And also my nephew is now driving, which is also insane to me. All right, that's it. Hey, on tomorrow's show, we have Jenny Murray live in the studio. We've got an in-studio guest, and she's a pelvic floor physical therapist. And I don't know what that means. And so that's why she's coming here, because it's very important, she tells me, and people need to know. And I said, well, this is the place to talk about it. So there you go. Go get your tickets to the show this weekend, right there. Oops. Well, whatever. Flowertownplayers.org is the website. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Go make your day richer. Go make someone else's day richer. And have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.